Hey, everybody. So I'm here live with Andrew, who has been an amazing godsend behind the scenes of this work from home project. So thank you, Andrew, for helping me out today with this live stream setup.
Totally. I'm excited for you to reveal everything that you've been doing behind the scenes. You've been working so hard. So I really commend you for bringing all this together and doing your best to help everyone, your whole audience, your group, your community, plus all the contributors who have been making courses. I think it's really amazing what you're doing. So I'm happy to help you with this, and it should be fun today to kind of test out this whole system and see how it works, right?
Yeah, it will definitely, we'll figure this out. So like even right now, I'm like, okay, I'm going to look on the work from home group page, and then I've got another screen up to pull some of the other pages. So one of the really cool things about this platform, StreamYard, which you introduced me to, thank you very much, is that you can broadcast to more than one place at the same time. And so we're just spending some time today doing some setup and helping me figure out the back end. And so glad to have you on the team. And thank you for that shout out about all the work that's been happening. And I'm so thankful that such an amazing group of people, including you and your wife, Steph, have been part of helping to make things happen. So, but on this platform, we can be on multiple places. So if you are watching on any of the places that we're streaming to right now, in the comment section, one of the things we really need to test out is if the comments will all come together. And so if you are watching, if you can just put anything in the comments, there should be like a little instruction that says, please grant StreamYard access. You just click that and it's really quick and it puts you right back in the stream. And then what that does is it helps us test on our end, do all the comments from the different feeds come in. So if you could just put, hey, I'm here, and tell us where you're watching from, and then that will help us test this. So we need your help to make sure this is working right.
I did a test one right now on your profile, so let's see if you're able to pull that up.
Look at the comments, looking good. I see it.
Try dropping it on.
Yes. Okay. Show. Look at that. It's amazing. So this is like, I'm going to look like such a professional producer, and it's just such a really easy platform to use. So, and Andrew and his wife do a great job too of helping people get these behind the scenes tech skills in places that you, like for people like me, who I would not call myself tech savvy in the least. So they have done tons of research and looked at lots of different products and help people get comfortable using them so that they can do great things in the world.
It's amazing what you can do now. I mean, this is a super pro setup. I mean, you look like you got a network TV show at this point where you're bringing on guests, and you could get really advanced with this where you bring on other people, and you could have up to 6 people on the panel. And I'd love to see you try playing around with some of the built-in layouts, so where you might make yourself full screen, or even show your own screen to do a slideshow demo.
I see Kiana, it's good to see you. Kiana's part of the team of people who are doing courses in this work from home thing. So it's good to see you. Kiana, which stream are you watching from? And Andrew, to that question, where do you want, can I do that now? Like while we're live, can I change the setups?
Totally, yeah.
Let's try it.
Just click everything. I want you to practice.
We're gonna click all these things. You guys,
it's gotta be fun to do this test live, right?
Yes, totally. So, and you guys this is totally a behind the scenes thing. Like I'm figuring it out right now. Okay, so now it's just me on the screen. I'm gonna click the next one, and I think we'll go side by side. Look at that. And then this one, we've got that template, which was designed by Andrew. So that's awesome. Cool, Kiki. I'm glad that you're on Facebook. Which are you looking from my profile? Are you on the work from home group? Which one are you looking from?
I see you're on your profile.
Okay.
So that's a good sign that we got the profile thing working. That was a privacy issue we had to correct so that we could pull in the comments from the profile as well. So that's great to see it's working.
Cool. I just got to close it back out again so the sound goes off. But I sent a test from, okay, that worked. So I sent a test from the group. So that worked. That's awesome. So in this view, if you start talking, does it make you big, or it just keeps me big and other people on the side?
It'll keep it like this. So There's
Okay.
some different layouts, and sometimes this is cool. Like this layout, if you're showing your screen and you want it to be bigger on screen, but have like a little slideshow or something on the side where you could kind of have some points that you're talking about.
Yeah, that's really cool. And then what is this? Oh, this last one's not changing. So it just looks like one big blank screen. Do you know what that one is?
Let me see the big blank screen. I think that would be if you're showing your screen. Let me see if if you wanted to show like open up a tab on your browser or something, and if you wanted to show your screen, you could test that out because you can
Okay.
do like
So
slideshow presentations.
let's see where. Oh, here's the share screen. I'm just going to try this really quickly. And we'll open up. Well, this might be like a weird. If I open up Facebook. So people's stories. Check it out. All right. So then let's see. That's putting us with the screen share. Just me. Look at all these things. Pretty cool.
So
this
with
is a really cool platform. Yeah.
With that background, right? So it's kind of meant for this format. So it kind of designed having the header graphic up there, but obviously it doesn't work well if you're switching things around.
Oops, I'm just looking. It just gave me a thing. It said can't post comments to some destinations. So I was just trying to see what that was.
Yeah. So you're going to try to post a comment yourself?
Yeah. Well, I just saw the notice. So then I was like, oh, what is that?
Totally. Yeah. There's some little quirks, especially because the privacy issues like in a group versus public live streams. When you're aggregating all that, then it gets tricky. I see a YouTube one.
Yeah. So that is.
Is that you commenting there?
That's me. Yeah. I definitely need to. I have my screensaver on my other laptop, like so my screen goes off really quickly. So I just went to go look, like, oh, is this showing on YouTube? But my whole computer shut down. So that's. See, I told you I'm not very tech savvy.
Not ideal.
Yes, that is not ideal, but it's a good note to take for the future, right? So Andrew, tell me a little bit more too about what you and Steph are doing right now to help people with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, this is exciting because I've been doing live webinars every week for about 10 years myself, and I've tried all the different platforms, and I've done it the really hard way. But I like to teach stuff, and I don't like to teach complicated systems. So I've been trying to find simpler and easier ways to get something like a production like this done for as low cost and as simple as possible. So it's pretty cool to kind of help someone like you get this up, because I know you need to be able to run this on your own. You can't have me here all the time. You have to be capable of not only doing the interview live, but also managing all the tech. And normally that would be really difficult to do. So using a platform like this, I found through my research, I found using StreamYard is really the easiest way to get this done. And it's low cost for about $25 a month. But even when I recommend that to people, they're still kind of like, I'm not really sure how to make the most of this or how to make it look good for my brand, or, I've got certain use cases I need to do here. How can I do that? So Stephanie and I have been kind of working on this for ourselves, and I've been getting Stephanie set up with her brand and her business so that she can look really pro and do her presentations and record videos or do interviews. And so through that process, getting Stephanie up and running, I saw that she was able to do it all on her own very easily. And now you're up and running and doing it on your own. So we thought we'd make a course just kind of talking about the technical side of it. That's more my side, but also with Stephanie, she teaches more of the on-camera presence and strategies to use your live stream videos and how you could use that in different ways, how to be more effective at communicating, and not only using this for interviews or fun things, but also for business purposes where you're trying to, grow your business. Now we're all stuck at home. So we have to do all these different types of business activities at home, virtual calls, interviews. So there's so many use cases and so many reasons you'd want to learn how to master these kind of skills. They're the new world skills that we all need to learn.
Yes.
And a platform like this is really affordable and it's easy to get up and running quickly. So we thought we'd just create a little course and teach you all the behind the scenes stuff to help you get up and running really fast and have fun doing it, because it actually is a lot of fun when you get this out of the way. And now you're like, whoa, there's so much I could do. Like, look at you. You're going to be a live streaming pro here in a few weeks when we get through all these interviews.
Yes, I'm just trying something else.
Do it. Go for it. There you go. Boom. You can drop in banners.
So those banners, like you literally can create them on the fly. So like if I am interviewing somebody and they say like a really big nugget that we want people to remember, I can type it in and just show it right away. So that's a cool thing. Or I can actually set those up ahead of time. So like I knew that we were going to be talking about this today. So I just did that quickly before we started. But it is really cool. And I love the combination of you and Steph, because you bring strength, both of you, but like together it's really great. So
totally.
I highly recommend them. And the thing that I really love about working with you guys too is that yes, you're in business and yes, you need to make a profit, but I can tell working with you guys that you really care about the people that you're working with. So like this project, this work from home project, you fit seamlessly in because you care about what we're doing. You're not just like, well, I just want to teach you tech skills, but you really believe in what we're doing as a team, as a project. And I think that makes all the difference. And I think it's such an important thing in our world today, because the way it used to be was all about economics, but now it's so much about relationship. And that's how I want to do business. So I'm happy to work with you guys because of that.
Yeah, I totally agree. And that's the world we're in right now, where the playing field has been leveled. We all have the ability to step up and become leaders of our own little communities and tribes, and the people that you serve in the world, they need you right now more than ever to step up. So you, Kelly, I mean, I commend you, and that's what we're trying to do right now, is help the people who are stepping up. Obviously our leadership could be improved in our country in so many ways, but locally too, because it's not just the whole nation, but we all got to step up. And instead of pointing fingers at everyone, we have to take the responsibility for ourselves, for our own family, to provide for our own family and to make things happen. Because, it's just a crazy time, but also help each other out, support each other. And there's just new ways to do it. And I really believe that each of us has something within us that needs to be shared. And it's got to be done virtually now. And we got to find ways to take advantage of all the technology. I've been doing this for 10 years now. When I was in college, it was 2008, and I was trying to get into the workforce. I couldn't get a job anywhere. So I was a 22-year-old kid trying to make, trying to pay bills, and like I couldn't get a job. I couldn't get a job at a restaurant. Like, it was just tough times back then. So I started figuring it out on my own at that time. And I've been doing it ever since. I've never had a real job. I've been, building companies, making things happen.
A real job.
Yeah, I've never taken paychecks really. Like I worked at American Eagle at the mall when I was in high school. And that was about it. I washed dishes in college and painted houses and did random things. But we all have to be a little bit entrepreneurial in a lot of ways. But even if you have a real job, you're going to have to learn new skills to stay productive and effective in today's world. So what's cool about a platform like this too is it's not just about broadcasting publicly. Maybe that's not your thing or for you, because doing this publicly is pretty scary. And that's kind of a big leap for a lot of people to kind of like start their own business and do what you're doing, Kelly. I mean, it's really a big jump to do something like that. But even just doing it behind the scenes. So a platform like this will let you do private meetings. I do one-on-one client meetings using a tool like this. And so I can just give you, like you gave me the link to jump on here, and it's a quick conferencing call. We can get a couple other people on here if we wanted to. We can record these. It's all built in. So it's not just for broadcasting, but it's also for behind the scenes stuff for your business. And then you could also record things really easy, turn that into products like you're doing, or creating content or programs to create other streams of income. So it's a great skill to learn. And this stuff can be a lot of fun once you get the hang of it and you start to put the pieces together.
Yeah. And when you have somebody like you, when you're somebody like me who is not tech savvy and can be afraid, it's not that I can't learn, I can learn, but it can be overwhelming. Like if you just look at the broad world of like what's all possible, it can be really overwhelming for somebody who doesn't know where to start. So to have somebody kind of holding your hand, at least until you get settled and you feel comfortable and confident, it makes it so much easier. And I also feel like it speeds up your timeline. And it's like that for anything in life. Obviously my main source of income right now is being a coach. And so I'm always about like having people that can like walk with you and do something and make it easier. Like that's what life is about. Like, let's link arms and figure out what we can do. And you're so right when you talk about, this is the time for us to rise up. And it's been so, it's a crazy thing to say because it's such a weird time in the world. But I've been so inspired looking at entrepreneurs and what they're creating and what's coming out, because they see there's need right now. And people aren't stopping being people in this season. We are still people and we still have needs. And yes, money is different. And yes, anxiety is different. And there's so much we don't know. But that doesn't mean that we should hold back on creating and serving and finding needs and meeting them. This is when we have to do that.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I am really excited. There's also a link to one of the courses that are the two of you doing it together, or is it just Steph?
Yeah, we're doing it under Steph's brand and her business because it was kind of she's spearheading the project here and she dragged me into it. But I'll be doing tech training behind the scenes. So what we're going to do in the course is basically set up an interview kind of like just like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
But I'll record the behind the scenes process. So I'll bring Stephanie on as a guest and I'll show what this process looks like. So for you, Kelly, it'll be kind of helpful you'll have a place to go back and watch, everything I showed you here to do this. You'll have a place to go back and watch over and over again if you forget something. But
yes,
we'll go through the whole technical process. And then Stephanie's also teaching her tricks from years of experience doing professional. She's been on commercials and stuff. So talking about how to have more of a presence on camera, how to get over some of your fears, how to be more of yourself, how to better connect with your audience. These are things I'm trying to work on, and Stephanie's coaching me through that. And a lot of people struggle with that, especially if you're just getting started with doing virtual calls like this.
It's a huge thing. So even in coaching, like within a safe environment, I would ask clients to, record a video about their updates and how they were doing with their goals from the previous week and sharing it with a safe, small group of people, like privately. And that really was an eye opener for me, that for so many people, this is really a scary thing. And that's okay. But if you don't want to stay in that place, like you have something to say, you just are scared to put yourself out there, you don't have to stay in that place of being scared. There are so many ways, and, getting coaching, using resources, experimenting with friends, like you talked about this, you could use this tool without being live and just practice talking with people
behind the scenes. Practice
behind the scenes. Practice.
The only way to get better at this. And that's why we're doing this today, right, Kelly? Because I'm like,
totally.
We need you. Like, I want you to feel confident when you're doing your real interviews, and this program is so amazing. So I want to see you shine and like have fun doing it. So you're not like worried about it. So at least me being here in the first one, I could make sure that you're in the right direction. But all of you are going to have to go through that.
Calm my fears down so that when I'm doing it. So we have our first one, actually. Our first one is today at 6:00 Central Time. I'll be talking with Coach Connie Ann Holman, and we're going to be talking through she is a life coach, and she's also has a lot of other certifications. And she is going to be talking about self-care and journaling and how that can really strengthen us, especially in this season of unknown. And we're going to have, I made a little announcement yesterday, but I'll make this a little bit broader because this is going to more places. We have put together in the course of 3 weeks over 30 courses that are all designed to help support this work from home community. And because we've done it collaboratively, we're able to give it at this crazy price. So I'm not even telling people yet, but you'll find out soon. It's thousands of dollars of value from over 20 different experts across the country. And they've recorded information specifically to meet this need now. Like 95% of what's been created was just created. It wasn't just repackaged from something that already existed, because people saw a need and said, I want to help. I have this set of skills, this expertise, and I want to bring it to the table so that other people can benefit. And we're going to be I'll be interviewing a lot of those people over the next few weeks inside the Facebook group. So the Work From Home Survive and Thrive Tribe, if you're not already in there, make sure you get in there, because that's who's going to get this first. So I'll be interviewing all of them, pulling out some of their expertise and showing you not only like what they what they can teach you, but also who they are. Because again, it's about relationship. And I want everybody to see that these are people just like we are, who want to help make your life easier. And so we want to know about them too. Yeah.
Oh, it's a great group of people. I'm really excited that you're doing this, Kelly, and that
Yeah.
you're sharing all this. It's going to be powerful. So, and the time, it's so needed, right? So you found the people that are stepping up and are really contributing right now and doing everything they can to help all of us who need some. There's so many aspects of our lives that we need help with right now. It's figuring out how to work from home and get all the tech or whatever figured out, and then mentally, spatially, how to like navigate this new world. It's totally upside down right now.
Well, you're exactly right. And look, there's so much that we cannot control, right? There's so much happening right now that we have no influence over. We just are at the hands of when the virus calms down, when government makes decisions, things that we will not be able to have a say in those choices. And so this is one way of saying, okay, we can't control everything, but we can get you some tools so that you feel more confidence, that you feel more equipped in something that is in your control, which is, you're forced to work from home maybe, or maybe you've been choosing it, but I'm sure you and Steph are finding that even though you've been working from home, it's not the same now that it was, because now everybody's doing it.
Well, I used to go to coffee shops all the time, like every day, to get out of the house, to get a break, to get in a different environment. And now it's like, I'm kind of losing it. I'm pretty well equipped for this. And I'm still like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, exactly. And so what we did as a group is we came up with 3 categories of helping. So there's the practical stuff, which is what you're helping me with here, like tech related, or how to set up your office. So we've got a whole series of IT courses that are going to happen that will help you get settled in the IT area, how to set up your office, a feng shui your desktop course specifically. That's going to be great. Time management, those kinds of things that are your daily working. So that one is workflow and productivity. The second category is all around daily life and home. So that's things like budgeting, homeschooling your kids, learning how to prep your kitchen so it's easier to make meals and not forget about food that you already have. Things like that are daily living. And then the last category is soul care and growth. And that's addressing all those things that you're talking about. Like we're feeling anxiety and stress and fear. And so we've got licensed marriage and family therapists coming in. We've got life coaches. We have a certified hypnotherapist is doing a course, just giving us tools so that we have support in each of those 3 subject areas. And we're not doing this alone. Like you have got support, and we're here for you, and we're here to help you.
Yeah. And your group has been amazing too. I love all the updates you pop in there and the cool stuff. And I think ultimately what you've done is you've put together resources to help each of us show up for not only the world, right? Like show up for the world, but like show up for your family, show up for yourself, like be there in this time of need when other people are relying on you and when you need to step up and make it happen. That's to me what you've put together is just all these little golden nuggets in this whole course, this whole bundle you're putting together. That's just the expertise that everyone brings in. It just saves each of us so much time from having to try to figure it out or come up with your own systems. Like, I don't know, like how should I structure my day? How do I do this? Like little details like that just give you peace of mind. And now you're going to be like a superhero. So I'm excited to go through this course too, because there's so many little things that like, oh, if I could just optimize my day a little bit more, structure things differently, think about it in this way, learn some skills mentally to navigate certain situations or the news when it comes in. Like all these things are not going to change or go back to normal anytime soon. So we have to learn how to step up and be more self-sufficient, show up better for our family. And then ultimately, hopefully you can get beyond that and start reaching out more to your community because other people out there are going to need you as well.
Yeah. Well, we're excited. We're here. We're here to serve. We wanted it to make it a one-stop shop. So people aren't having to be like, I want to Google this subject and I'll Google this subject and then I'll Google over here. And then I have to go through a million things to find something useful, like just one spot. Just go to one spot, get it all. And then, you're like, who has time to do all of that other stuff? Nobody. Like we talk about how much extra time we have now, but for some people that's true, but for a lot of people it's not, because especially those people with families, I mean, they're homeschooling
Yeah.
their kids now. Nobody signed up for that. And, you know, there's actually one of the courses is called accidentally homeschooling. So, I mean,
A whole new
you
learning
know,
curve.
that's right. Nobody was prepared for this. So, all right, cool. Well, thank you so much,
Yeah.
Andrew. And we dropped a link in the description of this live. If you want to get at that course called Love Your Live Stream, I highly recommend it. Steph and Andrew are such a great team, and they're so easy to learn from that, I mean, you wouldn't regret it. So check that out if you're interested in doing your own live streams and you need some additional tech support. I will say here's just a total behind the scenes question for you. I think about this with Zoom meetings too, but I never quite know where to look because I can't tell where my eyes are if I'm not looking at me.
It's tricky, huh?
What do you do?
Well, I mean, I've got my webcam here, so like that's one way I'll try to, if I really want to hammer a point home or like really connect with you in the audience. Yeah, exactly. Like you kind of have to look there, but when we're having a conversation, you're going to be a little off because like I want to look at you while we're talking, so I feel more connected with what you're saying. I know I can see your facial expressions. If I'm looking at the camera the whole time, then that's a little tricky. But usually when you start it off, you kind of want to open it up and say, "Hey guys, welcome. So glad to have you here." And then, I've got my guests on today, Kelly, and kind of just shift down to like you're looking at your screen and talking to your guest.
Yeah, that works. So here I'm talking to my camera. Here I'm looking at you. And here I'm looking at my own image. So it's just interesting, like how, it's just those little things. I was thinking about that on a Zoom meeting the other day, because you don't really know when you're not looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When your eyes are off, you can't see. So anyway, yes, all kinds of things. But thank you so much for all of your help. And look at, I'm just going to do one more little thing. Look at Keanu said, "Ooh, I'd love to hear that." But I don't remember what she would have been referring to. So Kiki, you're going to have to tell us what you're talking about. All right. Thank you so much, Andrew. And hey, everybody stay tuned because tonight, 6 p.m. Central Time, first interview. So it won't be a practice anymore. It's going to be happening for real.
Yes.
Coach Connie Ann. So looking forward to that. We'll see you guys there. Bye, everybody.